This legal move from Justin Baldoni's team is so brilliant, and it's got to have Blake Lively sweating like crazy. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. It's summary judgment day in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively case, as summary judgments will be coming in today, tonight. One came in last night from Jennifer Abel. And guys, we have to discuss this. This is a big one. This is a big one. I talked to Melcher. I talked to Ron. They all agree, as does everyone online. This was a tour de force. As to quote Ron, which he did chime in, he said here that, here it was, Alexander Shapiro is playing chess while others are playing checkers. A deviously good move. So what is this move? What is everyone talking about? Why is this relevant? Well, we got to go back. You guys remember Stephanie Jones? Stephanie Jones, the PR person that it seems nobody in Hollywood really likes this woman. She's losing clients left and right. I've heard from opinions across town that she's a megalomaniac, narcissistic, really aggressive, just not a nice person. That's their opinions. I've never met her, but she doesn't seem like the easiest to work with. She's the one who took Jennifer Abel's phone and then used the contents of that phone, which prompted Blake to create the Van Zam subpoena to get the phone. So the New York Times could then report on the text with this complete hit piece that was one-sided. All of this came to help because of Stephanie Jones and those text messages. Everything's getting focused to Blake and Justin, but you can't deny this part because it's so instrumental in it, because those texts are Blake's case. The "we can bury anyone" text is the only proof they have, which isn't proof. It's in my opinion, someone who was trying to get a job and sold themselves. But let's get into it. So Jennifer Abel has now dropped her summary judgment motion. And what she does here is absolutely brilliant. She has now turned Stephanie Jones against Blake Lively. Well, how might you ask? Oh, let's break into this. There's so much to explain here, but I want to make sure I do this well. In the words of Not Actually Golden, I want to start there because she's been doing fantastic work. Please go subscribe to her at Not Actually Gold on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, etc. Let's let her, a lawyer, explain just what's going on here.
Jennifer Abel has filed a motion for conditional summary judgment on her third-party claim against JonesWorks for indemnification. So what she is doing is telling the court, go ahead and enter a judgment that whatever I get stuck with in this case, JonesWorks has to pay for it. You might as well just go ahead and enter that judgment now. And the reason she's doing that is because if she gets that judgment, that, of course, protects her for whatever she might be found responsible for. And it also completely mindfucks Stephanie Jones and blows up her strategy, because now she will want Jennifer Abel to win instead of Blake Lively. It also means
it's brilliant. Wait, keep listening.
That Stephanie Jones, if there are settlement discussions happening, would have to potentially pay Jen Abel's portion of whatever settlement went to Lively. So as a legal strategy, I think this is absolutely brilliant. These people, Shapiro and this is what they're getting paid for. They are getting paid to write these surgical motions, dispositive motions on straight up legal issues. And if this is a harbinger of things to come, I'm even more excited.
So let me explain why. Bravo, she's right. She's not the only one who feels this way. I've spoken to all our attorney colleagues, Christopher, Ron, others online, Little Girl. Is it Little Girl Attorney? Yes. All of this stuff is calling out to verify this. So let's explain what's actually happening here. So here's the argument. Okay. Here's the hearing, and here's the argument. Starting here, I want to start on this part. In breach of JonesWorks contractual and fiduciary duties to the Wayfair clients, JonesWorks chief executive officer Stephanie Jones inexplicably and covertly advised Lively of the Wayfair clients' public relations activities. Lively then caused, you can file it in here. I'm here, we're getting to this part. Lively then caused her entity, Van Zan, to commence a frivolous lawsuit in New York State against John Doe's, devoid of any reference of the Wayfair clients or Abel. JonesWorks participated in the hoax orchestrated by Lively by generously complying with a knowingly invalid subpoena from Van Zam, i.e. Lively. Here we go. which sought the Wayfair clients and Abel's communications, and which any other recipient thereof would have moved to quash. Based upon these communications, Lively manufactured a claim against Abel for allegedly aiding and abetting retaliation, when in truth, Abel merely engaged in standard public relations activities. This is key. This is key. Now, who was in charge of those? Who was in charge of those activities? Abel's actions at issue herein were all undertaken as a Jones Work employee. Oh my God, you get what's happening here? Within the scope of her employment and were foreseeable by and known to Jones Work. Therefore, under well-established New York law, Abel is entitled to common law indemnification from Jones Work. Regardless of whether Jones realized at the time Jones betrayed her then clients, the Wayfair clients, that her unwavering alliance with Lively resulted in Jones Work's own potential liability. So basically, if you're not following this yet, which I hope you are, Jennifer Abel saying, well, okay, this retaliation campaign that happened in August and throughout 2024, well, I was employed by Jones Work. Stephanie Jones was my boss. Stephanie Jones told me to do this retaliation campaign. So if I am found liable or if anything was happening and I lose, well, then Jones Work is reliable. Now, I've confirmed this with Ron and Chris. This you can't get out of that. That's just factual. Even for, old employees, prior employees still could use this indemnification. So this is an absolute mind F to Stephanie Jones, who betrayed Jennifer Abel, took these texts and did all this. It was part of this smear. Now, Stephanie Jones, who I wouldn't trust if I could throw, as far as I could throw her, she is, talk about someone who's out for herself, now is under the financial obligation, if Jennifer Abel is found guilty, to pay all of the fees, not Jen Abel. Stephanie would have to, Jones Work would have to. This could bankrupt her. So this is a brilliant move because it's now pressuring Stephanie to go, well, oh crap, what do I do now? Now, Abel denies wrongdoing. We have her declaration here as well. And I want to start here in this point of 45. She says, again, I never published, planted, or pitched any negative content about Lively. I never communicated or worked with any content creators to plant negative stories or comments about Lively. I never boosted or amplified any negative content about Lively. She does argue that Jones Work is responsible for Lively's claims, as she was working for Jones Work at the time, and none of her actions were taken in pursuit of her own interests. Look at that. This is brilliant. Going to the next point here at 50. We're going to 56. 55. She says here, and yet another example. So she now is proving this. And an example, on August 9th, Jones forwarded a press inquiry concerning alleged on-set drama to the aforementioned Jones Work internal email distribution list. Jones Work employee Matthew Mitchell confirmed that the inquiry would be handled. True and correct copy of an email message chain August 9th bearing beginning date is attached. So she's proving, oh yeah, here you go. Here's all the emails that prove it. As another example, on August 14th, now remind you, this is when I got involved in the case now, around the 15th, 14th. There are still emails where Jones is working for Wayfair. So therefore, Jones is responsible here if there was an alleged retaliation campaign. An email to Jamie Heath, Jones referred to herself as a key member of both Justin's and Wayfair's account and a key man on Justin's account. In that same email, Jones provided the Wayfair clients with Jones Work recommended strategy for dealing with the publicity crisis. Flood the zone with positives. Ensure that we promote positive narratives that media outlets cannot ignore. And because currently most stories are heavily biased towards Blake perspective, it is crucial that we fight for every inch of every story and prepare alternate stories. Mobilize a robust network of supporters and third-party advocates ready to counter these narratives on deep background, as well as some on the record, making it clear that the claims being made are untrue and unfounded. Notably, Jones states in the email that she has successfully managed every crisis for Justin without any negative press coming to light. A true and correct copy of email is included here. Do you guys realize how screwed Stephanie Jones now is? Because all of this legal case, Stephanie Jones is responsible. Not Jennifer Abel. Jennifer Abel worked for Stephanie Jones. Therefore, this indemnification clears Jen, and Stephanie is the one that Blake should have sued. We always kept wondering, why didn't she sue Stephanie Jones? Well, because she needed those text messages. In order for the New York Times to run that hit piece, the smear campaign. This was the actual smear campaign, mind you. This is why Justin's fighting, because Blake came out to clear her name with all the bad press she got due to Ryan's maximum effort marketing campaign, which blew up in their face. But they can't accept that. They refuse to admit that. So they are now using this "we can bury anyone" text as proof, which it's not, to then go do this after they got illegal, in my opinion, a text illegally that they construed Jennifer Abel's private information. So for all this to come back and now bite Stephanie Jones in the butt, this couldn't have happened to a nicer person. This is ultimate karma at its best. She deserves everything that's coming to her. Will she turn on Blake? Will Blake try to just pay for Stephanie Jones's losses because they can't afford to lose these text messages? This is how incestuous, nefarious, and devious it's become. Blake Lively is ignoring Stephanie Jones's own involvement in the alleged retaliation to go get Justin, when it's Stephanie Jones she should be after. And those text messages she got are completely nonsense. So look, again, I want to end here in sum. This is Jennifer. I was named the defendant here only because of, and as a direct consequence of, the discharge of my duties as a public relations professional employed by Joneswork. Joneswork has not agreed, but rather has declined to defend me against Lively's claims. So, basically, bottom line, Joneswork is screwed. There's nothing they can do now, because either way they lose. If Jennifer Abel and if Blake wins, Jones is now on the hook. And if Blake loses, well, then Jones is potentially on the hook. So Joneswork, who should always have been the focus, is now going to be potentially the fall guy for all parties, as we all suspected it should. If Blake had any brain in her, and we've said this for months, she should throw Stephanie Jones under the damn bus and say we were misled by her. She should apologize to Justin, explain that while we had our differences, it seems the retaliation claim was not as accurate as we assumed, and we were misled by Stephanie Jones. Throw her under the damn bus. Let's shake hands, make the sequel, make some money, and move the hell on, Blake. You have an out. We've said this for months. You are going to lose this. We are not giving up. It is going to affect you even more than it already has, because people are going to see you were full of it, which we all know. And that's why you're subpoenaing us, coming after us. Oh my God, stay tuned. It's getting juicy, and we will not stop reporting the truth and what's actually happening. So hit that subscribe, hit that bell for alerts, smash that thumbs up, and leave your comments down below. And bravo to Shapiro, Friedman, everybody involved. This was brilliant. We'll see how they respond, but man, this is going to cause some fireworks in Blake Lively's house today.